Well, howdy, howdy. This is Cubby Potamus, and it's a great day because it's raining. Yeah, if you were here, you'd probably have a great day too. Yeah, today, um, I'm going to talk about the B word, um, burnout, autistic burnout, and it's been something I've been in denial about. Just not wanting to admit to myself that that's what's been going on for a while now, you know. And I guess pretending I'm not burnt out doesn't change the reality of it all, you know. I had my soft white underbelly and had such a beautiful period of growth, you know, and all the good friends that I made, you know, when I met my Eva. Sold my house and sold everything, moved to Germany. And that's just a whole lot of stuff going down, you know, and not that much of me to go around, right? And for an autistic person, it's kind of hard, you know, because we are so just focused, right? And, you know, our whole reality is just smaller and bound to one thing most of the time, right? You know, we uh, don't have a whole lot of uh, bandwidth to do separate things at once. So, you know, we can charge hard at one thing, but other things get neglected. And if we do other things and we can't do that, it's very hard to exist and live in different worlds. You know, after my video, I was just so focused on helping people in a very hands-on way, you know, and um, just being everyone's friend, you know, to meet that need, but there's only so much of me. And I guess, I mean, the hard thing about that is that that mode just took all of me, you know. So while I'm in that kind of leadership mode or connection mode, you know, I just don't have anything else for the rest of life, which is maybe kind of good if I could keep it up, but it appears that I've hit a wall and I'm burnt out. Autistic burnout is a pretty common feature that we have. Um, you know, it comes when you are hyper focused and you put all of your energy and just pour all of yourself into something for so long and you charge so hard, and then one day you just kind of wake up and you just don't got nothing left to give, right? And people kind of misunderstand that, you know, or think you can just snap out of it, or that you're being lazy, you know, or they feel that it's a cop out, you know. And I mean, I can kind of understand that. I don't like to make excuses, you know. But I guess at a point, you know, I need to just own up to it and say that I'm burnt out, you know, and I don't want to be, because it's like the worst part of time in my life to be burnt out, because just so many good things are going on, you know. Apparently, my video is making the rounds afresh again, and I'm getting more people reaching out to me, and I'm trying to interact with them. I don't want to leave them behind, but there's only so much of me to go around, right? So I'm just maybe rethinking my efforts, trying to be a little less hands-on with the cubby-potamus thing and a little more ideological, and talk about stuff, but I just don't have the resources to be friends with everyone. There's only so much of me to go around. But I guess one thing I would like to say to just everyone watching and the new people that I sure appreciate you and the time that you give me. Uh, I think we tend to think of getting big crowds or big numbers or whatever, and in a way that's a lack of care for people because, it's more about giving yourself something to quantify instead of, just helping people and the real life difference it makes, you know. Um, I had a woman reach out to me just yesterday and tell me that, she saw my video and that made her realize that she's autistic and, you know, she went through just a period of exploration and self-discovery, and I just think of how awesome that is to finally have a word for what you are and to finally understand why life can be so hard. I believe in my first video, I said how tired I was of not making an impact and feeling like I don't do anything that helps anyone. And how, I guess, even joyous it is now that I do have an impact and I do help people, and really is a dream come true. But again, it's kind of sad because there's only so much that I can do, so I have to be efficient, right? And, I guess the most efficient thing I can do is just talk about it, right? And I guess maybe I'm still talking to people, but just to a lot more of them than just a lot of one-on-one. It's a good problem to have, maybe. So yeah, I have just working on new ways to new things in my mind, and I hope to get rested up a little better, you know. In recent past, Eva's been pretty much getting all of my conversations and thoughts. I don't have much left to spare, and also a good problem to have. She's my Eva. But well, yeah. Anyhow, this was Cubby Potamus, and maybe I'll see you around sometime.